This is the HSS Interactive Network. Welcome to this edition of Improvement in Action. I'm your host, Phil Nielsen. HSS uses an improvement methodology named Lean Thinking. One of the reasons Lean Thinking can help improve the quality of what we do is it identifies wasteful activities. Waste lowers quality. Waste makes things more expensive than necessary. Waste makes the job harder for employees to perform, and one wasteful practice can hide another wasteful practice. Waste is often classified into 8 categories. Let's look at an example of each category so you have a better idea of how to identify wasteful activities in your area. The first waste category is overproduction. It can be identified by watching for 2 symptoms. The first symptom appears between sequential work steps. It is common for different process steps to take different amounts of time. If step 1 can produce faster than step 2, it is wasteful to let step 1 pile up work on step 2's desk. The second symptom has to do with timing. Producing things too early or too late can result in waste. Overprocessing is the second waste category. It is wasteful because overprocessing focuses on unimportant details. Now don't confuse being detail-oriented with overprocessing. Details must be correct, but overfocusing on unimportant details can easily result in waste. The third wasteful category is inventory. You may not think of a service company like HSS as having inventory, but we do. We stock notepads, paper clips, uniform shirts, and even spare tires. The quantity we store represents costs, and the potential for waste due to loss, damage, or things expiring. Motion is waste category number 4. Motion waste revolves around your personal work environment. We often become aware of wasteful motion when it inconveniences us. Sometimes others force us into wasteful motion, but most often we create our own wasted motion. The fifth waste category is transportation. Transporting things between work areas, shipping stuff between office addresses, and sending material to central storage areas all represent transportation. Whether these activities are wasteful depends on what options are available to reduce or eliminate the transportation. Waste category 6 is waiting. There isn't a day goes by that we don't wait for something or someone. Waiting is such a common activity that organizations build their businesses around it. Just look at your local bank, restaurant, grocery store, or movie theater. Earlier I said that one waste category could hide another waste category. Waiting often hides other underlying wasteful activities. The 7th category may be where your mind naturally went when you heard about identifying waste, that is, errors. Errors come in many forms. Inattention, poor training, a bad policy, or an outside force, each can cause an error. Errors are a second waste category that can be caused by other wasteful activities. The 8th and final waste category is underutilizing people. Because HSS is a people-based company, it is critical that each of us be as productive as possible. So one of the most disrespectful and wasteful things we can do is to assign an employee to a task for which they are not suited. It is also wasteful to ignore a skill an employee has and not draw on that skill when possible. Lean thinking categorizes waste because it makes it easier to look for improvement opportunities. In subsequent podcasts, we will explore various ways to remove the waste we find. Before we go, please take a moment and share your experiences with me. If you are an HSS leader, click on the Waste Identification Overview heading in the discussion board on the Performance Improvement page to post your comments. Or you can send me an email message at the address on the screen. Well, that's it for this edition of Improvement in Action. Thanks for joining me, and goodbye until next time.